What's up, everyone? This is George from Your Local Musician, and this is episode 10 of the Beats in My Bedroom podcast. So, today, I'm going to get real. I'm going to get as real as I can than I ever have with you. Alright? So, the message of today's episode is something that I've learned to not do over the past 4, maybe 3 years. And that's caring what other people say about what it is that I'm doing, what I'm trying to do, what I'm trying to achieve, whether my dreams are realistic or whether they're just dreams, whether I'm going in the wrong or right place. And I slowly started to figure out that no one else determined whether I was going in the right direction or not. No one else can determine that for you. And it's a valuable lesson that I've learned. I over the time of trying to sort of kick this thing off, I've had no help from anyone. It's always been me. No idea. Well, obviously some people contributed ideas for names of different things and that, but no one's helping me with the marketing apart from now that I'm sort of in the Slap Experts thing. Obviously that massively helps. But before then, and even now still with the personal marketing of Your Local Musician as a brand in itself, no one helps me. It's all me. I am 100% in control of what happens and what doesn't happen, and it's gotten to where it is now because of my ideas, and through not caring what other people think of them, it wouldn't have got to where it is. I wouldn't have achieved the things that I've already achieved. And if there's anything that I can really say to my specific audience, is that don't care what other people think. You don't really need to look for validation these days, I don't think. I was one of those people that did somewhat used to seek whether my ideas were good or not from other people, whether that be a beat that I've made, or whether it's a business idea, whether it's an idea for a video or an article that I'm going to write, or a product. But I've learned to just be a doer and just do rather than thinking. Thinking it's good, but it can also be really sort of destructive if you're thinking too much. Some of the most successful entrepreneurs in the world do very little thinking and just do, and they win because they do. And it's ultimately the doers that win in all things, whether that be business, whether that be sport. You have to do. If you have a business idea, you have to do it. Think about it, strategize, a little bit, but ultimately don't let too much of the ins and outs stop you from doing. Of course, there are obvious things in real life that are uncontrollable from that stop you from doing things, but there's always a way around it. I believe there's always a way around achieving whatever it is that you're planning to do, regardless of whether you want to start a business and you've just had a kid. I can't speak on that too much. I don't have any kids. I have 4 furry children. They're pretty much my kids, but obviously there's no problem there. They just you leave them alone, and you can't leave a baby alone. But even if you've had a child, you have to get in the practice of scheduling little bits of time to work on it. For instance, if you've started a website and let's say that you're still working a 9 to 5 and you've got a kid, you've got a wife, see if you can dedicate as little as 2 hours a night to something. You don't have to give into this thing of working 12 hours in the night after you've come home from your day job. I believe in the sentiment of what those people that spread that message are trying to say, but as long as you're strategic with what you do day in and day out, you will see some growth. So, for instance, there's always paid ads route. You can really push your message and your product out there if you just dedicate a little bit of money towards it. So, like, for instance, if you did set up a campaign like that, all you've got to do is obviously come up with the creative, shoot the video, things like that. Once you've developed the product, obviously there is that you've always got to obviously consider the time of learning paid ads. But once you've got all the essentials put in place, you can just push it out there and take a break for a week to two and let the ad run and just monitor its progress. And if it does well, bump it up. If it doesn't, come back to the drawing board. There's so many routes that you can take, but just do not, for 1 second, let other people stop you from saying. Do not let other people stop you from doing what in your heart of hearts you know is the right thing to do. You may have a big job, you may be working in a bank or whatever and be on 100 G's a year, but wouldn't you rather be happy doing what you love and be earning only 30? There's certain types of riches in the world, I believe. There's financially rich, which obviously we could all do with a bit of that. But then there's also being rich in experiences in life. Depending on where you live, for instance, if you're in an area similar to me, in Northampton in the UK, you can perfectly well enough live a more than comfortable life on 30 grand a year, and you can be your own true self if you're willing to, and develop the business that whatever it is that you're trying to do, whether you're selling makeup, selling beats, selling kits. Learn very specific skills such as paid ads, such as things like SEO, such as video SEO. Learn these skills because these are the skills that ultimately bring what you need, which is traffic to whatever it is that you're trying to do. In order for something to be a success, people need to see it. So guys, that was episode 10 of the Beats in My Bedroom podcast. If you are not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. If you're on the old YouTube, subscribe to that, hit the notification bell, la-di-da. If you're on any of the audio platforms, Spotify, Apple Music, I can't remember all the rest, Overcast and things like that. Go ahead and hit whatever option it is to make sure you're notified about when I next drop an episode. Thank you.